All right, hey brothers and sisters, what's up? This is the Reluctant Navi back again. Um, News and views on the news. Let me shout out. All right, hey brothers and sisters, what's up? This is the Reluctant Navi back again. Um, News and views on the news. All right, so while I'm at it, real quick, I'm just taking this little bit of time to go here and let people know that I have started. Okay, so booyah. Yep, that's just where I wanted it. Yes. All right. Y'all, so I'm starting to figure this thing out a little bit. Um, I am starting to be able to just run through this real quick. Run through this thing, bringing some attention to some things and getting the hang of this YouTube thing. Now, I would like to start this off like this by saying that y'all know me, I tend to follow through on what I say I'm gonna do. All right. Y'all know I hate injustice. All right. I hate when people say they're not discriminating against me when they are. This would be the people at Google and YouTube. So basically, for those brothers that make YouTube channels, all right, there is legal representation that has started. Um, and if no one can sit down and talk to Google, YouTube, and on this, okay, on this, I would like to point out that the Advice Show, all right, put up a video dealing with Willie D. All right, so this started with Willie D. All right, and as a result of what Willie D did, Willie D, maybe intentionally or inadvertently, however he did it, he opened the door for the Afro brother, the Afro indigenous, to express their grievance. Hold on for a second. Hey, what's up, man? Hello, hello. Hey, y'all, this is Roger Spice on the other line. I think he might have accidentally called me, so I'm gonna wait for him to answer. All right. So basically, as I'm sharing on this, so basically, this is the deal. I reached out to the same attorney. All the stuff that Google and YouTube have been doing to me, especially this at last instance where it struck a video for nudity and sexual content that had absolutely no sexual content or nudity in it per se. It was about preachers sleeping with their parishioners' wives. All right. And that's what it was about. And I expressed that in the title. Now, what happened is I showed a ceremony on a beach in Africa with any Monica of nudity redacted. And what happened is somebody told Facebook to take the video down. Somebody said that the video was offensive. You know, there would have to be a black person that's now following me on Facebook. They're trolling me everywhere, right? But it doesn't matter because what Facebook did, right? What Facebook did was they actually looked at the video. All right, so this is what happened. The video itself wasn't attached to Facebook. It was a YouTube video that was attached to Facebook. All right, so y'all understand what I'm saying, right? Wrong one. Okay, the YouTube video was attached to Facebook, and then somebody saw it on Facebook first and struck the video. Now we're at a point in time where we don't know, and this is the sad part, where we don't know if it's the simps that's doing it to boost their channels. See, there was something that Mechadon got upset at. And really, I wasn't really that bothered by it. Mechadon said, do you know there's a lot of people using your same verbiage that's copying your same style of speaking that has channels up that's really literally piggybacking off of you. All right, same topic, same everything. They're not as on the spiritual level as I am because, well, that's something I've been doing all their life and they can't copy that. But then it dawned on me that some of them, to get my listeners over to their channel, it seems that they might not hesitate to, and this is what you have. And this is not crab in the bucket. This isn't somebody trying to keep me down. This is literally somebody trying to assassinate the channel. All right. But there's something deeper than that. And it started when those black women got together as a group and figured out that because of Google algorithms, they could allow racist attack against Afro peoples. All right. So there's a bunch of problems with Google. And it's clear that no one, when you appeal a video, it is clear that if it's a Afro man's channel, especially mine, that they want it gone so bad that no one is reviewing the videos that they strike. And for what they strike my videos for, there are way more egregious things getting millions. I mean, millions of views. And what I did is I sent the lawyer a screenshot of one video. And I wanted to inform the lawyer about Logan Paul, the Logan Paul story. All right. Because, see, that's on the internet. That's on the news. How YouTube did not take down a Logan Paul story, a white guy who clearly violated their policies. But they left it up to get 6 million views. All right. But a channel like mine gets a video and a strike within an hour, less than an hour of me putting the video up. The community don't have time to see it to dislike it. So you got the one or two trolls that are watching my channel looking for ways to take the channel down and strike the video. There is no way that the community is doing this. All right. And so basically, the same legal representation, I'm putting all my evidence before them. And we've talked just in case enough Afro people want to band together and do a class action lawsuit against Google and YouTube for violation of our civil rights. See, you can do that to this company. All right. And so that's a thing. All right. So that's the thing. Now, to everything else at hand. All right. As I share this, I'm going to share this with a few others. And do one more thing. Hold on for a second. All right, so one more. Hold on for a second. I thought somebody joined in. Hey, what's up, brother?
What's going on?
All right, I'm gonna join in again too. So, y'all bear with me. So, what I was just telling them right now, and you may be interested in this. All right. I reached out to the lawyer. Um, I reached out to the lawyer of that's doing the thing for Willie D. All right, and already I got to shout out to the advice show for because that's who really posted the video as to what was going on. All right, and so that's how I was able to get the. That's how I was able to get the name of the lawyer. So I talked with them literally today. All right, and as they deal with that, they're going to see if there's going to be a case for what do you call it? A class action. All right. But I got the information of the lawyer just in case other people may want to use the information.
Yeah, I definitely got to get that from you because I got some stuff to add to that one.
All right. Now, what I did was there's a lot of videos that YouTube have up that is way more egregious. Like as the screenshot, I can't even show the screenshot. It's that bad. If I showed it on my channel, it would definitely get struck. All right, definitely.
But I got a dilemma going on with this though, brother. I've got tons of evidence that they're discriminating against only certain black people because I've got other black men where I have them recorded talking all kinds of stuff that they would never allow us to say.
Right. And see, we understand this, right? But here's the thing. It's still a class action, is because what Google is doing, all right, and let me say this, whether they pick certain black men or not, hold on for a second, because I'll leave you away from that thing. Whether they pick on certain black men or not, what they are doing is they are literally using their platform to discriminate against Afro men, period. All right, so let me say what's up to everybody real quick. All right, what's up, Elijah Vito G, Youngboy 24, the white, let's say Hebrew boy, what's up? Lord Vader, um, let's say Rolando, Daniel, okay, what's up? All right, so this is what's going on. So now that I'm really set up, I just wanted to let y'all know what's going on with that. And now we're going to get into the nitty gritty of this. All right. And this is basically to the black women. This is something we should be asking them. The ones that did all this hell, and I'll tell you how I came to this. Why would God send a good man to you when the black woman is no longer a fair prize for a good man? In other words, to send these women that wreak all this damage, then they go to church. Now they waiting on Jeebus to send them a man, right? Why would that be fair to the man? And that's the thought I was having.
It's never been fair for men.
No, we're talking about, I'm trying to get, this is the thought here. They're waiting on God to send them a good man, right? They actually believe that the Most High, to whom they say is just, would send them a man, a good man, right? A good, righteous man. How is that fair for a man that's actually following the commandments of the Most High? That's the
No
thought.
way.
That's not, okay, that's what they can't grasp right there. How
But
and why would that be fair to that man?
it depends on what a good man is. People have different
No,
definitions.
they say a godly man. So there is only one definition for a godly man. A good godly man, a man of God. They are going to send the man of God. Now,
No, I'm saying your definition might not be what they're thinking.
no, when we say a man of God, there's only one definition for a man of God. This is what I was saying. All right. The analogy that I used to explain something to the woman about definitions was this. Hold on for a second. All right, as soon as I figure out how to do this.
Brother, you're talking two different languages. The
Oh, hold
women
on.
the
No, no,
women
no.
are
I'm
talking
gonna break
something
it down
different.
for you. Hold on. Let me do this real quick. I'm gonna break it down real quick. All right, it's how I explain something to somebody about love. All right. All right. I said there is only one definition, really, if you really look at it, for love. All right. No matter how somebody looks at the word love, no matter how you're doing it, it's still one definition. And this is what I meant by that. All right. Brotherly love. A brother will sacrifice for the other brother. Parent to child love. The parents sacrifice for the children. If the children love their parents, all right, if the children love their parents, they will sacrifice what they want to do what their parents told them to do. All right. If a man loves a woman, he sacrifices, let's say, being a free man, to take on a woman that now he has to share with. If a woman really loves a man, then she will sacrifice her womanly ways in order to try to please the man. In each one of those different situations, the definition of love stays the same. Each sacrifice in different manners for the person that they love. All right. So emotion has nothing to do with it. Emotion kind of enters in as a part of it, but it has nothing to do with it. So when we say godly men, all right, and we're talking about people that have got into their Bibles. You see what I'm saying? Okay. So they went and got into their Bibles, right? And they're saying, all right, I wanted a godly man biblically. All right. And so that's what I'm saying. There's only one definition if you're going to do that. I want a godly man biblically. And the reason why they say this is because they don't read the Bible. All right. So biblically,
Do they want a good man or a godly man? That's not the same
they
thing.
say they want a good godly man. All right. I know what they hold it. And we know what they mean because of who's saying this. We know what they mean when they're asking. We're not talking about the woman that says, "Oh, I want a good man that ain't seen church." You know what I'm saying? They ain't going to go to church. She like, "Oh, I just need me a good man." All right. On that the definition is dependent upon the woman making that claim. We're talking about the woman that says, all right, I did all this dirt. I went to church, found Jesus. All right. And I'm going to turn my life around and I am going to get me a quote unquote godly man. Right. I'm waiting for the Lord. No, here it is. I'm waiting for the Lord to send me a good godly man. I want a man of God. Now, here's the problem with this. The problem with this is one of the points that you're making. People think there are multiple definitions to it when there aren't multiple definitions. There is only one biblical definition.
Yeah, everybody not going by biblical though. That's the point.
No. Hold on. We're not talking about everybody. We're talking about the women that think they're biblical making this claim. And I'm making this video to show you that they don't understand the definition of a biblical godly man because they don't read the Bible, right? They brought their street knowledge. You see what I'm saying? They brought their street definition in to try to redefine something that is a biblical definition, and they don't understand what the biblical definition is, but they expect someone, right? Using
But if she's not really knowing what the biblical definition is, she has her own definition. So it's
hold on, but that's the argument here. That's the question. We're saying that she don't have the biblical definition, but she's asking something that is defined by the biblical definition. All right. I'll let me say it like this. A woman asked me, man, I thought we were going to compromise. Now, hear this out. Some of you may have heard this before. I said, compromise? Where is the compromise? You change your mind. Is that the definition of a compromise? Her definition of compromise was to wait for me to change my mind to what she wanted, to her. That's not the definition of compromise. Whether it's her definition or not, we're talking about, what we're doing here is contrasting the real definition with what they believe is the definition. Like, the real definition of compromise is not what came out of that woman's mouth, but that's what she believed in her head. She believed that compromise is when she can get the man to do whatever she wants to do. That's not compromise.
And that's what they think a good man is too.
That's the point. That's the reason for this video.
A provider who does whatever she wants.
Hold on. Yes, that is it. Now, hold on for a second. I'm gonna try something. So I'm gonna back off real quick. That is the crux of the thing here. Hey, since you in here, could you do me a favor? Because I'm gonna switch this to my phone because I'm gonna carry this on. But I need you, when I switch it to my phone, I need you to view the. Okay, are you on your desktop? Guy King.
Yeah, I'm on my desktop but I'm not watching from there. I'm watching from my phone.
Okay, got you. All right. Well, I'm gonna be watching from my phone, so guys, I'm gonna miss some of the stuff, but if I could bring one of y'all in here, well, y'all be good for a half hour. All right. So here's the thing. So now you understand the premise of the question. That I wasn't saying that they were defining what a good man is right from the get-go. As a matter of fact, the problem here is that not only do they not define it right, not only should they not expect what they think they should, but they got to stop smoking what they smoking and start reading, is because the definition of what they want is not suiting who they are. And that's the point of this. They want a guy that it would not be fair for him to have them. You see what I'm saying? They want the guy, oh, he need to be this, that, and the other, right? But I'm gonna be garbage to him. They want a guy.
That's how it is. It's not about being fair.
Oh, we ain't even talking about being fair. We're talking about being righteous or being good. And only in this country. And primarily, I'm not saying only, but primarily with the Black Christian woman, the Black so-called Hotep woman, the Black religious woman, regardless of the religion she decides to buy into, because that's why she's buying into religion, right? It's to forgive. I did dirt. Let me show people that I turned my life around because I go to this club, right? And so therein lies the crux of everything. Hold on for a second. Let me see how this works. Okay. Can you see me? Can y'all hear me?
We hear you. It's the same photo is still up.
All right, can you see me? Okay.
No, I still see the photo, but we hear you.
No, you're supposed to hear me on something else. Oh man, my bad. I didn't join the call. All right, here we go.
Yep.
All right.
All right, is that echo still going on?
No, it sounds better. You good now?
Okay. So, and herein lies the issue, right? The issue boils down to this. That we have a situation where we have a group of entitled women, and that's what we're mainly talking to. We're mainly talking to this sense of entitlement, where they could be anything that they want to anyone, but they expect God to send them. They expect God to send them somebody.
You breaking up now. You going in and out.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to move from my spot. All right. Am I good now?
Still going in and out.
All right, I should be good now. All right, so this is my issue right here. My issue right here is this: that in the conversation with a woman who's messed up her life, who's messed up her children's life, whose children are now messing up her other children's life, that's been going to the same church, worshiping the same white Jesus from the beginning, right? Of her just really messing her life and everything up and the children's life, right? From this. At the time where she can no longer bear another man's children, all right? So if he gets with her, they're not having children. They can't do that. If he wants one, if he wants to leave a legacy, he's not going to be able to leave a legacy. All right? None of that stuff is going to be possible. Not for that guy. So the guy that gets with that woman who messed up everything, then he's going to have to deal with her hellish family. Right? All right? Well, you see it. CPS is probably going to ask him because, you'll be able to get her established and stuff. In other words, there is absolutely no reward for him to take a woman in who's messed up like that. But that woman who's messed up everything thinks that she is the perfect specimen for a good man.
For a simp, she is, and she'll get him. She'll get
but a simp isn't a good man. And they'll settle for a simp. But they don't want the simp. Here's the one thing. And one of the things is, now, back in the day, they used to be able to, because women, I'm going to say this, even as in the 90s, before the 2000s, women were a little better than they are now. No, they were a lot better than they are now. Let's be real.
Yeah, they were.
All right. And so then this would not have been a matter. You see what I mean? All right, because we understand, okay, the children minded a little more when a man was present, but then there was this onslaught to get rid of men by these women, by these women's movements that came up, these single ladies, when they started doing this for women stuff. You know what I mean? like when the black girls rock and having this stuff for women only. At no point in in our history as a people did we start doing stuff for just one gender. You understand what I mean? Until
Oh yeah.
like the late 90s and stuff. Then all this stuff like the essence and stuff like that. And and all this coincided with the promotion of the LGBT community. You see what I'm saying? And in a way that was different from before. Like, right, I keep saying this. The LGBT community has always existed. Always existed. That's why there are commandments in the Bible in reference to dealing with that situation, right? They've always existed, right? Now, that relationship at no point in history was ever promoted over the relationship that bears children. You see what I'm saying? That relationship was never promoted over the relationship that carried on the humanity. All right. Now it was like, okay, that's them. They're their own community. I talked about all the singers that was out, you know, like in the 90s, Culture Club and all of them. All right. When everybody found out, nobody was clamoring for them to stop singing or anything like that. It was like, okay, it's like rock and rollers and the funk groups and stuff like that. We was like, okay, that's what they do. We ain't doing it, but that's what they do. Right? It's a funk group. If you went to see Parliament, well, you know what was happening. Right? And so that's where that is, right? Nobody prevented them from anything. All right, you have some situations where things went left, like you have with a lot of things, where there are groups that just decide we're going to deal with people violently for stuff we don't like. All right, you always had that.
I'm gonna step away for a second. I'm coming back though.
Okay. All right, how many of y'all feel me on that? You've always had that. A group of people that if they didn't like something, they dealt with it violently. We have organizations that this country was built on in that manner. You know, we don't like these group of people, so we're going to deal with them violently. And they did. And we wrote songs about that legacy. What happened? Songs like Strange Fruit. All right, hanging from the tree, strange fruit. All right, so this is where I'm at, right? So something had changed, but here is the ridiculousness of all of this. This is coming from this place, and it's not the first time that this conversation was had. I'm pretty sure that probably some of you've had this conversation was like, Negro, what? All right. But it goes like this. You have a segment of the female population. You have a segment of the female population that believe that they are entitled, understand me now, that they are entitled to good men no matter what they did. All right? When a man comes to them, they have to be spot free. All right. The women get to determine how tall he is, six pack, how much he's making, this, that, and the other. That's what they expect. All right. Now, this is where I have such disrespect and disdain for the so-called Christian woman. Because she wants God to send her this man, and she wants a man of God. God is going to send me a husband. But here's the point. Why would God send somebody a husband that's not worthy of the husband? All right. And why would you not be worthy of the husband? Because if it's a true man of the Most High, he want a wife that is specifically wife quality that he knows from scripture. All right. Not having 5, 6 children from 5, 6 baby daddies. All right. Not losing her virginity at 16, and then from 16 to 35, she's been ran through by everybody going in and out of prison. You understand? All right. He's thinking, I deserve better than this that's going to come my way. Now, here's the thing. Because the man is responsible for providing resources, at no point should he be responsible for another man's seed. No matter how bad the BAW wish and think that should happen, that should never happen. Period. Ever. That should never happen. A man should never be responsible for another man's seed.
That's just Western culture.
Right. And that's the point. It is only Western culture. I'm going to break it down like this here. Anywhere else, when they're looking for a man, right? When they're looking for a man, they try to prepare themselves for the man that they're looking for. Any other culture. Even in the United States, I've seen the Hispanic culture do it. I've even seen some white women do it. You know, now, when they do it on mainly the physical level, they'll go to the gym. Oh, I need me a good man. I'm going to go to the gym, this, that, and the other, this, that, and the other. I'm going to become a nicer person, this, that, and the other. The black church woman. Okay, I don't know what I just did. Y'all still see me? Okay. The black church woman, this is my issue. And this is why I have to speak on this. I am tired of people blaming God for something that did happen, did not happen, that he's not responsible for. All right. So the black woman will go here and say, well, I asked the Lord to send me a good man and he ain't sent it to me. Right. Not thinking that that a good man has asked the Lord to send him a good woman. Right. But at no point does the black woman spiritually think she's not a good woman, no matter how trashy she's been, how much she's done, how much damage she's done to herself, the damage she's done to her family, right? Now, say the Most High do send a man that loves her, right? Now, and say he is a good man. All right, now she's redefining a good man. He's going to have to be a person that does what I need him to do, that will go to my church, that will go to. So now they're asking the Lord to, if you hear me, y'all, now they're asking the Lord to send them a man that's going to follow them when it is clear in the Most High's commandments that the woman is supposed to follow the man. You see what I'm saying?
They might still get that guy too. They might still get that man. And then
Oh
they'll
no,
say
they'll
he's
get
not
him,
tall enough.
but he won't be a man of God.
Then they'll say
So
you need
this
to
is
be
the
6'3".
hold on. They still won't get him. A man. They won't get the man of God. They'll get the one. No, they're going to end up with a man. Here's the thing. And they're going to make excuses for him while out of one side of their mouth while complaining about how jacked up he is out of the other side of the mouth. In person, they'll be like, he's the best thing since sliced bread. And then you found out in the news after he takes her out, literally, and she's in the morgue, that, oh man, this dude was always psycho. There was always problems in the home and stuff like that. Well, why didn't she tell us? We thought he was a good. You'll hear all her female family members. Oh, he was such a good man. We didn't know. We don't know where this came from. You'll hear the male people that be that serious. Oh, we knew that dude was a trip from the beginning. You see what I'm saying? All right,
But women aren't
and that's
supposed to be choosing their own mates.
exactly.
That's
First
the
of all,
problem.
here's the thing. First of all, well, once they lose their virginity, then they're on their own. Okay, they're on their own. All right. Now,
Yeah.
and even with that, they will throw someone away that they actually like, care for, and maybe even adore, but they'll throw him away even if if it's reciprocal. They'll throw that guy away if she cannot get that guy to bend and serve her. And a man of God will not serve a woman ever, right? All right, so basically it's like she's asking for the impossible. She's asking for a man that, if existed, would not be able to be with her anyway, because she wants somebody that's going to serve her, and a man of God will serve God. You see what I'm saying? It's just a jacked up oxymoron in their head.
It's slavery. They're still living in slave times, because in slave times they were ahead of us. They were placed on top of us. So
Right.
they're coming from it from that point of view, where the black
Right.
man is
And
beneath them.
that's the next segment I wanted to get into. One of the things I told this woman, all right, it's the same thing I told someone in Brazil. All right. I said the reason why you want the paper and you want the man to bring you into religion, because since slavery, your job was to keep the man bound to the system any way possible. That was your contract. That's why slavery was a little lighter for you. That's why 68% of the black slave owners were women. You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
68%. Hear me out again. As I throw these numbers out, I put them up. I posted the information. I posted the record. 68% of the black people that owned slaves were black women. The other part of that were men. Those men had white fathers. Afro men did not own slaves. In other words, Afro men in the United States that were descendants of slaves never owned slaves.
So she's still coming from that point of view. That's the whole problem here.
That's it. And there it is. And this is what I said. I said things flipped all the way up into 50, and the black family was prospering, the so-called black family. But we were the indigenous family. We were prospering. We was prospering in homes, businesses, and education, all the way up to the 50s, right? Part of the contract with the women, part of the contract with the women during that time was this: that they would, for welfare, I keep saying this, for welfare and subpar housing, they would betray the man. Woo! They would betray the man and the family and
Man,
betraying the man and the family for welfare and stuff.
man, that Cynthia
Hurt.
G just put up a video recently talking about how that's a hoax and they didn't betray us for welfare. And you wouldn't believe how many black men were in her comments co-signing her.
Cause they still every last one of them trying to get them, you know. All right, and they're listening to somebody defend what's not in history. Cynthia G. Oh yeah, he said, "What about those defending something? What about those women defending Sierra against Slim Thug?" Okay. So here's the thing: women defend women because they have always been against us, and they have always been a team unto themselves. This is something we need to wake up and understand. In the United States, women will defend women because they have always been a team unto themselves since the civil rights movement, since the feminist movement in the 70s. All right. It's just that the civil rights leaders at the time could not see it.
And even before
And
then,
some did. Some did. We're talking about the breakdown of the family was primarily because the women, during the time after the civil rights, saw their cue that when the government said, "We will be your man if you will betray your man," right? Now they're complaining it's because the way they were living before welfare and stuff, the standard was way high for them. They had power over the house. They really did. Remember, a lot of the old couples, the man still come home, give the wife the money, and the wife take care of the house. The ones that's in that mentality, right? You can't do that now. You can't do what they did. These women will take your money, your hard-earned money, go to some thug, all right, be screwing him while you out working, and then buy him a car, buy him stuff with your money. All right. They will make you go bankrupt and then divorce your behind. And when they divorce you behind, they'll take your children, your money. You see what I'm saying? They'll do the evil and still get rewarded. Why? Because that was the contract, that they were always going to be rewarded by the system, right? Now, rewarding them by the system has really tore up and it's destroying the system.
man, now that you
Hindsight
say
20.
that, I was thinking about that too, how it's destroying the system. Maybe in some wicked sense, it's good that they're doing what they're doing because maybe the system will come down.
Right, the system is. I keep saying that. All right, this is what I say about the commandments, and this is what people don't understand. God does not punish people for breaking the commandments. Let me repeat that. God does not punish people for breaking the commandments. The commandments were designed to keep us from being punished from what was outside of the commandments. I hope you understand what I'm saying. All right. If a child, I'm gonna use it like this: a child runs across the street, keep running across the street. All right, and you keep giving the child the command, "Do not run across the street." All right, you don't go get in your car and hit the child from running across the street. You get what I'm saying?
Now, the commandments was a safety measure.
It was a safety measure. You don't get in your car and hit the child from running across the street. But what usually happens is the reason why you told the child, "Don't go run across the street," because you knew that they were going to get hit by a car and that child wouldn't see it coming. Right? And you knew the danger of being hit by a car that the child didn't see. This is how the commandments work. The Most High knows the danger we're in by certain activities that we can't see. You see what I mean? Woo. Uh-oh. So that's basically it. The Most High sees what we can't, made some commandments, knowing how ignorant we was going to be. Ignorant, because we are. After he made the commandments for us ignorant people who decided to still remain ignorant, because, you know, we us, right?
I think it's common sense, though. To me, it's common sense.
Right.
Thou shalt not steal.
The commandments are common sense. Think about it.
Don't kill because you don't want to be killed.
Right. Don't kill. It's common sense, right? And you would think it would make sense to, oh, yeah, I understand you, Most High. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that makes sense, right? I don't want nobody stealing from me, so I ain't going to steal from. Yeah, I'll kill it if he mess with my wife. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm not going to do it to. All right. So we threw common sense out the window. How is it that you could get a man on his own is not going to leave his logic? All right. And this is where the woman comes in. This is why the serpent went to the woman first. Because a man by himself will not leave his logic.
At least it didn't used to. Now, easy.
Well, a man, no. A man isn't doing by itself. Remember, who raised them?
Oh yeah, they're becoming feminine.
Right.
Yeah.
So because the women are now raising them, all right, they get to directly control how the man behaves.
Even the ones who weren't raised by women, though. I gotta be fair. I gotta be honest. I know.
Well, here's the thing. You've always had the few that were raised by men that were like that. Remember, you have commandments that took care of it. But for the most part, it was not the entire culture. The entire culture was not built on that. Something was said about those kind of men. They were weak in every sense of the word. That was not the norm. All right. And we're not talking about, some of the times you've always had people that were outside of the norm. But what happened here is they worked real hard in collusion with the people that are our oppressors to make sure that we stayed weak as men. All right. What our oppressors knew is they couldn't beat us into weakness. For some reason, we got stronger and defiant. They said, okay, if we leave them to their own devices, they will get an advantage even over them. Because no matter how lazy you try to say we were, we built stuff up, they blew it up. We built it right back up. All right. So they said, we can't get them that way. Oh, we know how to get them. We'll make a contract with the women. You know how these people and some of their leaders to teach them false doctrine. We'll go heavy on religion. Now, let me explain something about religion. All right. Now, y'all know my skills as a musician, and y'all know that I started in the church, but when I started, nobody sang about Jesus. I mean, literally, there was no Jesus. It was all about God, the commandments. When you used to go to old people's house, they had the Bible not opened up to Psalms. They had the Bible opened up to the commandments. The commandments was the most vital part of faith. Well, not even faith, because it wasn't a big faith thing. It's you follow the commandments and get rewards, or you disobey the commandments and get judged. Bam. No faith at all. All right, because you don't need faith to follow the commandments. All right, this faith and hope for it and stuff is kind of gambling and wishing for money. That's what faith is. What this woman asked me, she said, so you don't have faith? I said, no, I have a relationship. All right. if I have a relationship, what do I need faith for? And then she started, well, faith is the evidence of things unseen. All right, well, I don't need faith. I've been seeing what I need to know. You know what I'm saying? And so the best way I try to explain it is this. I said, you are here. 58. Okay. I said, you are here. All right. You are here with me in my presence, right? So why if you're in my presence and I can converse with you and talk with you, why would I need to have faith anymore of being able to hear from you?
Now they talking about fantasy.
Exactly.
Black
I said, and it was like she couldn't get. I said, you're here, so why would I need faith for you to be here if you're already here? If I already have a relationship, what do I need faith for? Faith is for people who want something that they don't deserve and hope to get. That's what faith is. Faith is for people that don't work for don't want to work for anything, right? I'll put it like this: every time you drive over a bridge, okay, is that faith to know that bridge is? And I asked them this: you drive over the bridge, right? I said, why do you keep driving over the bridge? You don't have faith it's not going to fall. You just trust it's not going to fall because you are familiar with the evidence that when people build bridges with concrete, they tend to build them to not fall unless it's women that do it within 6 hours. Then, yeah, that bridge falls and take the lives of 6 people. But when engineers, men that's been doing it for a while that ain't trying to prove nothing, how fast and pretty they can make something, when they build bridges, they tend not to come down. Right? And when they start to come down, there are signs and people don't take the bridge anymore. All right. So that's what I'm saying. With these women are trying to live by faith. All right, because they don't want to do any work. They don't want to be good people. They want to have faith that the Most High is going to send them somebody that they don't deserve, that would actually be a punishment for the person that they want the Most High to send. So, I want the Lord to send me a good man. And so why would the Most High punish the good man to send them to the woman that's wanting to faithfully have that man? That doesn't make any sense. That I would not want to deal with a Most High like that rewards a man that's been trying to do the right things with something like the current condition of the black woman right now. All right. Now, I still think there are unicorns and rubies out there. I don't think I'll run into them. Quite frankly, with my traveling and doing what I do in Brazil and stuff like that.
If it got to be unicorn, if it's that hard to find, it's almost not even worth discussing.
Exactly. Now there you're reaching my point. Yeah, you're reaching my point. Even though I do not believe in absolutes, I don't believe that absolutely every black woman is bad. I've argued there are some good ones. I've argued that I've ran across some. But when looking for a woman that is available for a man, that's also searching for a man that is nice looking, in her right mind, righteous, that's willing to follow the man, okay, you're going to be hard pressed to find that in the United States. And I think the odds are better that you hit the lottery. And I'm just saying hit it. Maybe not the million one, but you hit and win, the lottery, maybe not the jackpot, but the 100,000 one. That's your chances of finding a woman in this generation, in this day and age. And I'm talking about, I don't care how old she is. I'm talking about the people with this spirit that you have in the whole 2000s, 2018. Because this thing has seeped down to many of the women.
It's always subject to change anyway when you're dealing with females.
Right.
In this current landscape with the way the laws here, there's no way. I don't
Exactly.
care
And
if I don't
there
care if she
lies
does
the
seem
problem.
like a unicorn. It doesn't matter. She might be a unicorn today,
All right, we're
but
going to just let
tomorrow.
that go.
What'd you say?
Can y'all hear that?
I hear you. But no, I'm just saying women they're gonna change anyway. So to me, it's more important to worry about the law of the land
Exactly.
rather than
It's
trying to
because
find
the laws of the land
that. Yeah,
will
that's what we
determine
deal
the
with.
quality of the woman that you get. And that's how it is.
Unicorn is still too much of a gamble
I'm
if the
saying
laws
that
are not
we
in
should
favor.
not be bothered with American women until the laws change
Yep.
to give us a better quality of woman. And trust me, because this is a democratic process, and the democratic process is not based on good doctrine, good laws. It's based on favorites. It's based on majority,
So we've already
right?
lost.
The only time when it's representative is if it's a big election for the president. All right. But the rest of it is just bad all the way around if you are a right living man living in this society. And it's
Caucasian
kind of not
females.
worth it at all.
Caucasian females run the law
I'm
here.
on
They're the
real quick.
majority here. That's who does all the voting, or that's who has the most vote, I should say. Everything we complain about, all the problems we got from women is coming from Caucasian females voting
Got
power.
some.
You got to realize that, guys. And things are going to remain this way in America until Caucasian women vote differently. As long as they're comfortable with it, it's going to be this way.
All right, people, I'm back. All right. So that's what I'm saying. All right. So now here's the thing. You got the worst part of this. That the men are slowly but surely deteriorating into the wicked mindset of the women. All right, because the thirst is so great with these men. The thirst is just so great that it's just downright ridiculous. For the life of me, I still can't understand when did we start judging whether a woman was attractive or not by how big her butt was. Somebody help me.
Well, you're dealing with a group of men who are not concerned
Anybody?
with legacy.
Everybody?
Men are not
Somebody,
black men are
please?
not concerned with legacy, brother.
Can somebody help me with that?
You must can't hear me. Can you hear me, brother?
All right.
Yeah, black men are not concerned with legacy. So if you're not concerned with legacy, the only thing you want is instant gratification, that booty.
All right, I didn't hear that.
Can you hear me?
Hold on, I didn't hear that. Hold on, my. All right, what did you say?
I'm saying that we have a group of men now who are not concerned with legacy. And if you're not concerned with legacy, the only concern is
Okay,
instant
got you. Yes.
gratification. That's it. So that's why they're like this. That's why she's judged according to her bust size and all that, or butt size.
All right, but here's my other problem with it. I don't understand.
And this is what's getting me. I don't understand how a woman with a big butt, and that's all she has going for her, is worth anything. It's because I've seen. All right, I'm like, really, if you want to look at it, a butt isn't nice because it's just big. You know what I mean?
Well, you're dealing with what they're trained on entertainment media to like as well.
Right. And so I've seen them have like way overweight women in a pool doing some stuff and talking about her butt is big. Well, that's because you're fat.
Yeah.
And I don't mean PHAT. You know? And I'm like, wow. And so, and here's the thing. So when you go to other countries, I mean, it's not even about the butt. You look at them, they have nice shapes. They look feminine. You know what I mean? You be like, oh, wow, she is beautiful. Not because she has flowing hair. It's the feminine quality. The thing is, even when I go to Brazil, all right, as far as shape, I've seen some women in Florida and California that look like the Brazilian women on the beach, right? The difference is there is an air of femininity about them, of ladylikeness. You know what I mean? Juliana, the one that runs the finances, right? All right, she kills me. All right, I like asking her to take her picture just to see the pose she's going to get in, because it's like the same pose. She do it either from the left side or the right side, right? But she's always going to be facing you and smiling. When's the last time you seen a black woman smile at you? You know, and you better not ask her to take a picture. You know, you better not even say hi. Really, you can't say hi. Hello, how are you doing? What you mean how I'm doing? I don't know you.
Yeah.
Man.
It has
You see
gotten
what I'm
that
saying?
bad.
That's what we get. That's what I'm used to hearing. I don't know you. Or they give you that look and smack their teeth. Suck their teeth. Alright? And this is the craziness, right? Alright, now, this is why I keep saying that the brothers need to separate, right?
I'm not hearing you, bro. I see you talking, but I'm not hearing you. Not getting any sound from you right now. No sound. I agree, freelance Ronin. You say the The big butt is overrated. Feminine and dainty is far more attractive. Me too. Me too.
All right, y'all.
Rolling Power, man. You say your sister's man a simp from Ghana? Yeah, my cousin got one recently from Nigeria. She's got three. She got two teenagers and another child. He don't have any. And he married my cousin. So that's why I say at the end of the day, the black women still do get the guy they don't deserve. They still get him.
Hold on. No, they deserve that guy. Is the guy that they don't deserve, they won't get because he'll be wise enough not to be with her.
Well, I'm just saying a guy who has a brighter future than she has, a guy who has much more going for himself, who
Right,
should be picking a better, and a guy who could do better than her.
Right.
They'll
But
still get him.
all right. But see, that is still the anomaly. All right. Is because what's going on is there's a lot of these women that get these dudes from Africa. Right. And what I am starting to discover is these relationships rarely, if ever, last long.
Well, I don't think any of them last long.
Right.
Here or there or anywhere else.
All right. And here's the thing. Because when African men do something, there is an ulterior agenda that's going to benefit them in the long run. All right. And we just don't see it is because we're not thinking like that. Right.
What do you mean? Like what possible agenda?
Okay. So basically, there's this one, we got the green cards. We got them being able to take advantage of our system for themselves, like the civil rights stuff. They get it because they classify themselves as black on applications and this, that, and the other. So they come and they get our benefits. They're able to get into our benefits. All right. And they get there by way of the woman that they marry here.
Not the ones I know, but I'm not doubting that happens. The ones I know, they were getting this stuff before they married these black chicks. They already had citizenship. They weren't marrying them for a green card. The ones I know.
No. That's the first thing, right? All right. The second thing is, and remember, there's always an ulterior motive. If something happens in that, right, they understand. All right. They understand that they have much less to lose than us. You see, you understand what I mean? All right. It is different. It is more difficult. It probably can be done. It is more difficult for a woman to take their stuff than it is for her to take our stuff. Especially when they're sending stuff back to their home.
In that sense, yes, I would agree.
All right. And so this is how they think, right? And I can't blame them for it. Right? The American woman, regardless of how many children, has been used quite successfully by the African men. And let's keep this in mind. Some of them have wives still back at home. Right? Because it's a part, monogamy is only an American culture to keep us from ourselves, keep us from building up this community. It's not a part of their culture. You understand? And so they could come over here and pretty much do what they want. And they know they could pick who they want. They might, and their standard of beauty is different from ours.
You know, there was one good thing about monogamy. You mentioned that monogamy and the current westernized marriage,
Right.
it served one good purpose. If there was no monogamy and marriage was not the way it is, 80% of men would never ever have access to females, period.
That's so true, because you got the 80-20 rule now.
And yeah, exactly. And it's still going on even with monogamy. Imagine if there was no marriage laws. You would have like one dude with every chick in your city. That's how it used to be.
Oh yeah.
But that's
That's
the only good purpose.
Right. But and that's why people had to leave and go find wives elsewhere. Right? Now, that's if one dude could take care of every chick in the city. But you got like LeBron James, that might not be a problem with $1 billion.
Right. LeBron would have every single chick in LA.
Oh no, he would have been had them in Cleveland.
Exactly.
All right. And so and that's why I wouldn't live in Cleveland. All right. That's why you leave. When the pickings are slim, that's why you leave to choose elsewhere. It's because the mentality of the women here are jacked up. No accountability whatsoever. None. Okay? No accountability whatsoever. They don't want any and they aren't given any. But the Most High is starting to hold them accountable because they are not desired anymore. If they don't got a man by now, and when they lose that man, which they will, they won't have nothing. They won't have nothing. And I'm gonna say this: even the simps or whoever gets with them, they get with them for the booty or whatever, right? But then after a while, that stuff gets stale. And then they're stuck stale and they're not happy, they're miserable, and they made the man that they with miserable. They're all miserable.
Oh yeah.
All right. And there will be no legacy. The man won't have a legacy because he's too busy raising her children. So he's miserable. And that's his punishment from getting with her, because certain women we're not supposed to be with. And if they're not coming to us on our terms, then that's just what it is. And trust me, I don't know. You could probably speak to this. Did that African get your sister on his terms, or did he come in on her terms?
From what I understand, that was my cousin. It's mostly on his terms, mostly.
Exactly.
She does behave a little bit differently than she used to for her other baby daddies.
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So that's what makes these women wicked. They destroyed one community and have chosen all others over whom they destroyed. And then when they go back, when everybody spits them out, they wonder why the ones that they tried to destroy don't want them anymore.
I think a part of the problem is maturity with black people. Black people normally don't mature until they're almost 40 years old. The problem with that's not a problem for men. The problem is when women don't mature until 40, they've already had their children by then.
Right.
That's a problem. So
right.
We're going to have to figure out, I mean, if it's probably too late, but if the community was going to be fixed, we'd have to find out how to start having people mature by age 21.
Well, see, remember here's the thing. Remember, in our culture, the black woman used to be mature by 17. She was already marrying, and the gap between the age gap between the a husband and wife was greater then than now. So not only did she mature faster, but she was with a man that was already established, right? So now when they had the children, the children had a house, this, that, and the other rules were set and stuff like that. All right. And then it switched to women telling the girls to get somebody younger than them or their same age. All right. And both are knuckleheads at the time that they get together first. Then they go get we never had the Caucasian system of marriage. That's new. Right? And that's what I said. It's the new slave tactic. Remember, the marriage license is a new thing. The engagement ring is even newer. All right, and I covered that in my divorce and marriage things. I mean, and the history of it is very, very new. All right. The only people to not understand and realize it, well, people that choose to stay ignorant. Like
Oh
I
yeah,
said, and
I think the men have the power. The men have the power. The men are gonna have to stop choosing older, washed up, used up women.
right. Well, and here's the thing: many men won't, but the men that need to stop choosing are the men that are established.
Yeah, yeah.
And I
Unfortunately,
think,
they still choose them sometimes.
well, but
Too
that
many
is starting
times.
to wane. That is starting to wane with all these organizations, MGTOW, this, that, and the other, with people preaching and with men starting to come to the truth. That is starting to change. All right. And so it's starting to self correct. And then you got a lot of guys traveling. And when the men get back from traveling, oh, the black woman so don't look no good to them anymore.
I have to disagree. Only based on people I know. I'm not talking about myself because I agree with you. But I know
Mm.
way too many dudes that have traveled and they come right back here straight to a black woman.
I'm not saying that they don't come back to a black woman. I'm saying that there is a change in them about how they perceive the black woman when they come back.
Tell you what, brother, I wish that were true. And it's true
Oh
for
no,
me.
I've seen that it's true.
It's true
I
for
see.
me.
No,
I
it's
know a
true.
lot of guys it's not true for though. That's all
I
I'm
know a
saying.
lot of guys it's not true for, right? But this is the thing. We would expect that they would go and come back, and that wouldn't be true for anybody, right? And see, that's what I'm saying. Surprisingly, what I just said is true for many dudes. See, we were thinking they'll go there, do what they do, come back, get a black woman here, right? All right. Think about it. There's a lot of brothers going to Brazil and staying. I know a lot of them, right? I know that. I know that there is more than people suspected. All right. We're always suspected to go somewhere and come back, right? All right. And that's everybody. All right. I'm saying more brothers than I had suspected going there, coming back, and not dealing with them, or going there bringing a wife back here
That
from there.
happens for
All right.
sure.
Now, and here's the thing, and you thinking you and we think that it won't happen, but it's happening a lot.
No, it happens.
And so the thing is, the fear that they have is now it's starting to increase. Now, what you have because of what everybody is saying, you have younger guys that's waking up earlier. All right. And
Yeah.
slowly but surely, like how the feminism thing grew from out of a little seed that was planted into these wicked women's hearts, you got the seed that brothers don't have to put up with this mess, right? And they're thinking, wow, if I get a good job, I can travel and stuff. All right, think about it. Those was, I mean, there's a lot of husbands still in Germany. All right. Brothers that went to Europe and stayed there. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, plenty of them.
All
But
right. But
it's too many dudes. You know, you got black men taking black women to other countries. That's just ridiculous.
right. You're always gonna have that.
You got black men going on vacation to Brazil with their black girlfriend. That's hilarious, man.
Right.
The same
Because
girl they've been disrespecting them while they was here.
huh?
The same black woman that was disrespecting him while they're in America, he takes on her on vacation to Brazil. That's
Right.
amazing.
Right. Because she's controlling him. He's a simp. All right.
Freelance Ronin.
Huh?
Freelance Ronin in the comments, he said he feels that a man needs to unplug from the matrix first and then travel. That is very true.
That is true.
Very true.
Yeah. Unplugged from the matriarchy.
Right. Right.
That is so true. All right. But at the end of the day, sorry, I'm walking around and everything. All right, at the end of the day, a lot of men just lost their soul and stuff like that. And it's that has always been. But what I am saying is the men, the very men that they would really, really want. All right, I put up a video with Keenan Thompson, right? A guy they clearly didn't want. And look at the woman he ends up with. As more of that start happening, and think about this. Keenan Thompson didn't settle. He didn't feel like he had to have a black woman. You see what I mean?
Right.
All right. And a lot of men are like, well, I don't have to have a black woman. Right? Why would I get my enemy? Why would I get the adversary? Why would I get somebody that's been harming me all my life? And
Yeah, and
so,
there's some hope. There's hope for the younger because I see all the younger ones now that are like high school and just getting into college. They are all dating interracial.
right.
At least in my city. Them
Mhm.
black dudes is not checking for the young black chicks now.
Right, because of their mothers.
Yep.
And they're really not. And that's why you have a lot of the crying out on Facebook and stuff. Why ain't the black men protecting us? Why ain't they checking for us? Why ain't they this? All right, why we've been saying, when are you going to change? When are you going to stop treating us like garbage? Oh, you're not? Okay. Oh, but you expect to get the benefits of us? Okay, no. All right.
Yep.
And now you got guys that said, nope, no, we done. We tired. Stick a fork in us. See you.
That's why you got these scared. I don't want to say the wrong word to get you flagged, but these Caucasian men who are on YouTube blaming black men for the low birth rates among whites.
Mm-hmm.
They're so scared now because they see all of their young white girls are dating our young black dudes now.
Right.
They won't hold their white girls accountable for it though. They blaming black men for it.
Well, they should.
What you mean?
They should. Because we get to pick who we remember, we're the prize. So blame us
Yep.
for being the prize. Them girls can't help that we're the prize.
Right.
The woman
True.
wants the better life. We are the prize. I kept telling people, we're the prize. The only person that hasn't figured that out is the BAW.
For real.
But we are the prize. All right. And we're just not having it no more. All right. We're tired of them. We're tired of the crap we've been getting from them. All right. We're done. Stick a fork in us. We're done.
It's about to be a different breed of Caucasian women that it's never been before because now the next generation of young adult Caucasian chicks, they would have gone through high school being with black men.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't how it used to be.
Right.
It's a totally different thing, man, for the future.
Now,
Hispanic women too, not just the white chicks, the Hispanics too.
right. Now, just think about this. The other thing that's going on is you got them seriously cutting for us. All right. Like the video that they show with the so all the BAWs that have all this back here, right? And all this weave, right? The Afro men are no longer finding this attractive anymore. As a matter of fact, when they see it, all right, when they see it, it's like when an animal sees certain colors on a snake and stuff, they know not to go near it, right? We're seeing the people that tried to destroy us when we see all this weed and all this big booty in his jeans, right? And we're saying, you know what? That was the thing that just tried to destroy us. No, we passed. All right. And these are women that put all their capital on their outward appearances and didn't spend nothing to be better on the inside.
Because they didn't have to. They got welfare.
Yep, exactly. They didn't spend nothing to be better people on the inside, right? And now they're and it's crazy what they're about to be overshadowed by is kind of crazy. All right, but you have a different breed of woman that are now gunning for us. And I said gunning for us. All right, let's talk about the conversation with the woman in Brazil. All right, the live video I did with the woman in Brazil. Right? All right, that man, people aren't playing. These women, these Caucasian women are gunning for us. The same way that the BAW was gunning for all the people that persecuted us. All right. And they decided, ooh, we want the people that's been persecuting the Afro man. All right. But their mistake is that you had, you have women from everywhere that's gunning for us. And it even surprised me. And I'm not even going to lie. It surprised me. All right. It really, really surprised me that if you are a quality person, and I'm not talking about rich, and this is what I'm saying, and they're not just gunning for like the LeBron Jameses and stuff like that. They're gunning for the everyday guy. You see what I'm saying? They're coming after the everyday guy. You know, and you're thinking,
You talking
wow.
about the women of the other races?
Yes, they're coming after.
Yeah.
They're not going after just the rich guy.
True. One thing I have noticed, though, I'm gonna be honest. I can only speak in my area. I noticed one trait that all the black dudes have who've gotten with these white chicks here, including myself.
And what's that?
None of them are ever shorter than 6'1". I took note of this, man, and I keep seeing it everywhere I go. These white chicks love these tall brothers. 9 times out of 10, that's who they're choosing. There's got to be something to that.
Hold it. No, I would disagree.
Well, I'm just talking about what I see in my area.
Okay, in your area. Yeah. Okay, I'm talking about what I see everywhere else. Every other place I've been. Right? Every other place I've been in my units, in my military units. Right? Even now, I see the outgrowth of this. Right? I am seeing different than that. In kind of a weird way. I'm like, wow, okay. I didn't see that coming, kind of thing, right? But
let me specify, let me make it clear though. I'm talking about the really good looking white chicks that are like top level.
No, that's what I'm
They're
talking
only with the tall ones, where I'm at.
All right.
But I feel you.
What I'm saying is the ones that, remember I said about the ones that were good looking and they stuck with the dude and they've been together like forever, but they started out good looking and having the dudes back when somebody was trying to do them wrong and jump like that. All right. What I am saying is this. All right. Because me, I'm not that rule. Right? I am under 6 feet. All right. When I look at who these women are choosing, especially if they're coming even from another culture, the dudes that are choosing, they're choosing. Yes, some of them are tall. All right. But I've seen a lot. I've seen more Caucasians get with shorter men under 6 feet, men under 5 feet, than I've seen BAWs do. I mean, that's
That's
fine.
interesting.
That's fine, right? Um, I've even seen taller women get with shorter guys. Only in if they're different from the BAW. I've never seen a BAW have that desire, but I've seen taller women get with shorter guys, right? I've seen a lot of tall guys get, well, the tall guys across the board. All right. And so that's why, like when you say that, that's not a surprise to me because that's across the board.
Yeah, it is. But
All right. That's across the board.
I just
That's not,
noticed it a little bit more specific with what I
well,
witnessed here.
right. That's because you're paying attention to that because you see it as odd because now you're looking outside of the community that you're used to living in, right? All right. With me, that's always been around people like this. All right. That's not. I mean, it's just not.
No, I mean
I,
I've been around them, but
no. I'm saying around. I mean, when I say around, I mean like different places. Germany. I mean, growing up in different places, seeing things in a work perspective, not just vacation, but having to live places for years at a time and stuff like that. And then being in a bunch of different states, right? That are outside of New York, California, and Florida. Okay.
right.
Okay. And so when you look at the Midwestern states, even like states like Georgia and stuff like that, I don't see the height thing when it comes to um, women that are not black and Afro men that end up with them. All right. I see that they're taller than them, but not over 6 feet. Now, funny that you mention this because there is a place. I forget the name of this country. Where Dr. Sabi went, where he died.
I
That
forgot which
country.
place that was.
All right, but that country, a Hispanic girl, she saw me, she was talking to me, and she was
Honduras,
no, not it wasn't Honduras. It wasn't, it begins with a C, but I forget.
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica. Costa Rica, yes. So she was from Costa Rica. She asked me how tall I was. I was like, okay, it matters there. Brazil, that never comes up.
Elijah
Brazil.
Israel in the chat room, he say he see the same thing in South Carolina that I was talking about. The tall
Mm-hmm.
ones have the finer looking white women.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely happened over on this side.
Where are you at?
I'm in North Carolina.
Okay. See, the Carolinas is different because I've seen when I'm around, when I was in Fort Galton in Georgia and Fort Benning, I saw a lot of just regular dudes with Caucasian women.
No, I see regular dudes with Caucasian women, but they're not the
But they're
finer
fine.
ones.
No. No, we're talking fine.
Oh, I don't see that.
Right. I've seen it in Augusta. I've seen it in Columbia, Georgia. I see it in all parts of Texas. Um, all parts of Pennsylvania. All parts of Ohio when it occurs. It don't occur as much in Ohio as it does like in Pennsylvania. As a matter of fact, it's like a thing. Like a lot of women in Pittsburgh are getting upset.
Harrisburg too.
They get up. Oh, y'all just going for them white women, you know. So they're getting upset. Let's see.
Harrisburg is a slept-on place for interracial dating. For brothers who are interested in dating out, Harrisburg, PA.
Oh yes.
I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm. Right. Because you're by State College, right? And
Right.
so you got all this going on. You have all this going on, right? And with all this going on, it still look bad. It's because the very dudes that the BAW say they prefer, even if it's the tall dudes, that's the dude everybody else is taking from them. Think about that. Now, then you have the dudes that they didn't want that they threw away, are short ones. All right, but a short, strong ones, a short, smart ones, right? We're being taken away. We was the second choice on their totem pole of choices, right? Right? But none of us, the tall, good dudes and the short, smart dudes and stuff, we were never the first choice. They got ran through by their first choice, and they made themselves where we saw no worth in them is because, okay, why do I want you? Your children are just really, really bad. You don't listen to nobody. You can't tell you nothing. Why do I want you? Bye. Well, you don't have to talk to me again. Yeah, that's kind of what I want, to not to have to talk to you again. Right? And they act like they hurt you by leaving you alone when that's what you wanted in the first place. All right. And so this is a maddening thing, right? It's maddening for them. And now that you have the younger generation that's leaving them alone, the younger generation, I think, are using a little more wisdom in that they're running through and then leaving them alone. So who knows? All right. But I'm about to shut it down in a minute. Guy, can you have anything else?
I was just gonna say it's more accepted now. That's another thing that's gonna hurt the sisters' chances because the interracial dating is accepted.
And it's because of them that it's accepted.
Yep.
It is
So
directly because of them, because their children have watched them go in and out of relationships with everybody. So,
yep.
well, my mama did it. So,
And not to mention how they was the ones that fought for it with Loving versus Virginia.
oh yeah, yep.
You know that Cynthia G actually tried to say that it was black men fighting for it, and somebody brought up Loving versus Virginia to her, and she shot it down.
Oh, I
That's
did the
amazing.
video on that. Remember, I did the video on that. I think it's up on this channel too.
And she shot that down. It's a court case that's in the history books, and she talking about it don't matter. These women is crazy, man. It's time to stop listening to them, stop responding to them.
I kept saying that, and people are
It's over.
Look, and people keep saying, listening to Cynthia G and co-signing for her, and she's using no facts. She's shooting down the facts for her feelings.
Even your boy Phil Advice show is cool with her. Of course, he's the one that built her up in the beginning.
Right.
But it's a shame, man. I don't know what to say no more. I'm done.
It's the cabal of it's the new bourgeoisie.
I hear you.
All right, they're the new bourgeoisie cabal. That's what it is. But anyway, so I'm about to be out.
Peace.
All right.
Peace.
So hey, thank y'all, everybody.
Let me say this last thing too. There's other big YouTubers that are going to be taking YouTube to court, not just Willie D. That's all I'm going to say for now.
Oh, yeah.
There's other ones who have announced some things, and these people do have the means to do it.
Right.
So.
And already, and for those of y'all that want the name of the lawyer and the number, shoot me an email and I will give you the number to the lawyer. Okay. And I'll probably make a video.
Can you email me that, please? And you have his email? Or just a number?
No, I have his email because I emailed him the evidence of Google YouTube actually allowing cut off. All right, the woman's chest cut off, fall into the floor. It was in a cartoon, but still, you could see it was nude.
Well, if you can send me his email and number, I appreciate that.
Okay, yes, I will send it to. I will send it. And anybody else that makes YouTube videos that need his contact, and what I'm going to do is I'll go. I'm gonna join my group on Facebook, Reluctant Nabi Afro Men. All right, and so you can get the notification when I'm doing a live feed on Facebook, and I'll give you the information because I'll just write it down on my phone in the message, and or you could do the email. All right, and I'll send that information to you. All right. Um, it's time to fight back, and I've been fighting them because y'all know I've not been quiet about them. I've been calling them out straight to their faces. Y'all seen some of my videos. I joined the strike group, but we got to do something that's specifically for us. Because even in the strike group, right, there's not real support for us there in that group. All right, it's a general thing, right? So basically, yeah, I'm tired, and it's not that I'm so tired for me because y'all see, I put my channels back up, and and I got a few brothers that donate, and they keep what I got going for the children. They keep it going, right? Well, they help me keep it going, and I need that help. They give me the help that I need, right? And I don't have a lot, but the reason why I'm upset because I can't stand when they doing it to others as well as me, you know. And so I've reached out to the lawyer. I gave him some screenshots, and I'll wait to hear back. What's up, $3 assassin? I'll wait to hear back from the lawyer, and um, and we'll see what happens as other Afro people start reaching out, and we're bringing Google, YouTube to task. It's time to do legal action, period, because we're tired of this mess, especially when we're gathering evidence showing that they're letting people dance in underwear, lace underwear, females with opening their legs and stuff like that and get millions of hits. But they're taking down Afro Men's channel for nudity that they don't show.
Man, they've gone as far as to take down black men's Patreon channels on Patreon. I found out about, the guy sent you the video the other day, Minnesota boy. His Patreon got removed because it was either black women or some racist whites who went to Patreon and complained about his YouTube videos. And Patreon honored their complaints about his YouTube videos and shut his Patreon down. Now it's getting out of hand.
Well,
it's getting way out of hand, bro.
I kept saying that I keep telling these brothers that why y'all simping for people that's your enemy.
Yep.
I keep telling them that. Why are you simping for your adversary?
Well, many of those brothers are the enemy too. That's the problem. Or the black men are the enemy. I wouldn't call them brothers.
Right. But here's the thing. Well, we know this, right? But they're going to, these women proverbial do it to their young, as they say. All right. Then they're going to do them brothers in. After they get finished letting them brothers do their dirty work, they're going to do them in. And the Most High is going to deal with them. All right. Everything that I'm doing, I'm getting help from people that I can pretty much trust. All right. And we're doing things outside of their reach. They can't bring that nasty stuff to Brazil. They look, I'll put it to you this way. There's a couple of brothers that would like to go with me to Brazil, right? Y'all grown men, right? For those that's going to listen to me, cool, right? But if you don't listen to me and what I tell you to do and not to do, you're on your own, right? Those brothers don't have the guts to go where I go. All right. not by themselves, because I would not have anybody that stabbed me in the back or
Well, when most black dudes travel, they go to resorts.
right.
That's laughable to me.
Well, here's the thing. These dudes, you got a lot of dudes talking about wanting to hang with me. I got dudes from my channel that I know, and I know they real. But then I got a lot of people that I have not talked with at all, but that's just hit me up. Oh man, I need to roll up there too, right? And I'm like wondering, is this one of the trolls that's looking for a reason to shut the channel down or what? But you can't bring Jesus. Jesus ain't going to help you there. Nothing will help you there if you can't listen to what I tell you to do or not to do, or Selma tell you to do or not to do, or her husband tell you to do or not to do. And there I have just as much pull as them, right? And the thing is, them brothers that's attacking me, they gutless. They won't go there because they not on their own, because they'll be on their own. And that's the point. While we're building networks and bridges across YouTube, and for the people that, and we need to take legal action and force YouTube to give up the names of the people that are trolling people's channels and taking them down. Something needs to be done about that.
Yeah, because that's YouTube staff members doing that. Exactly. That's not just YouTube trolls. Those are YouTube employees monitoring us and taking us down.
Right. And so therein lies the racism.
Yep.
Therein lies the racism.
The gender war stuff, because a lot of it could just be some BWs in there.
Right. And so basically, and that's basically it. All you need is a few. Right. But yeah, it's time to take legal action. It's really time to take legal action against.
Man, do you know we could have had one person in YouTube that was taking all of us down? It could have been one person.
Oh, yeah. But the thing is, they're responsible for how it's done and allowing it to be done. They're also responsible for not actually reviewing the videos. And
Right.
I can prove that, and I can prove that they have not reviewed a single video that they take down my channel. As a matter of fact, every review, every time I asked them to review something, it still ended up to be a strike.
Correct.
And I can tell that the video was never reviewed.
Correct.
There's a video that's up that is a woman talking, and the woman that is talking, it has now decided to make YouTube videos, right? Now, this video was a critique on some stuff she was saying, right? Which, so I'm not using her stuff. People are listening to what I had to say about it, right? She said a word, and I went and removed the word that she said. All right. And she said the official word for testicle that you would use in the hospital. All right. For that word, no cursing or anything else, for that word, YouTube youth restricted my video because she said these little black boys need to watch where they put their, and she used the correct anatomical hospital biological term for the instrument that begins with a P. And YouTube youth restricted the video. So
but they got people with monetizing videos with nudity in it. Right.
And so when I went through, I appealed that after I altered the video. What I did was, when I heard the word, I said, okay, they did it. They restricted it for her saying this. I cut out the entire phrase using YouTube's editing tool. I let them know that I've used your YouTube editing tool and deleted the entire phrase. Could you please look back at the video and take the youth restriction off? That youth restriction is still on that video.
And that's because they don't want you to be able to get paid off of it. Because once you keep that restriction on there, there's no monetization, and it does not show up in suggested videos for people.
Right,
So the only
exactly.
people who see it is your old subscribers. Nobody new ever sees that video.
Exactly. Right. And so I am aware of this, right? And so it's another piece of evidence. My whole channel is evidence for, and I made sure to make a to copy that video as it is on YouTube now, to make sure I have it, so that when the lawyer calls back, we could deal with them. All right. They still have that video youth restricted. They struck a video that Facebook looked at it. Now, the video that Facebook looked at, I literally sent them Facebook's message apologizing to me for taking that YouTube video down from Facebook. They apologized, said our mistake. There was no nudity, or it wasn't sexual content, and there was no nudity. It did not violate Facebook's terms, right? All right. So, are you saying that Facebook don't have eyes? They actually looked at it, and that's how I know YouTube never really reviewed the video.
YouTube already know you, black man. That's all they
Right.
worried about.
Yeah, exactly. And so we're going to deal with this, and that's why I say YouTube is guilty of discrimination against Afro men.
For sure.
All right.
All right,
So
brother, I gotta run. But
all right, so we got to go, brothers. Thank y'all for showing up. Let me see. Freelance Roman, Hebrew Boy, $3 Assassin. Let's see, who else did I miss? Got you, Antonio Johnson. And thanks for being in the control room, Guy King. Nice to have you by. Hopefully you get your channel back. Trying to keep you alive here, though. You know, because people need, even though we don't agree on everything, people need to hear what you got to say. All right. And it, you know, in case he come back, you know, we got to keep this man relevant. All right, we got to keep brothers like him relevant. Brothers where iron sharpens iron and stuff like that. Y'all know we don't agree on everything and stuff like that, but brothers will be here. I can understand his points that he's making, so we don't have to agree. I know why he don't agree with me. That's what it's all about. Some of the times I'm wrong, some of the times I'm right. You know, some of the times what he says proves to be correct. Some of the times it proves not to be correct. All right, but it's still iron sharpens iron. We got to keep brothers like this relevant, right? So his channel don't exist. So when I do live videos, I try to make sure I have him over and make sure that people don't forget that he's one of them people that are unjustly taken down by YouTube by discussing issues that were pertinent to our community. All right. So, brothers, I'm out. Thanks for showing up. Peace, love, and soul.